So I just finished my September preview event. Spirit was not kidding when they said what's coming next is so much bigger and more expansive than we could ever imagine. But I'm going to tell you right now, the bulk of this session, they did not let up. They did not let up. They took us to task, all right? And they were like, listen, you want this? You got to work for this. You got to push for this. You have to demand it. And in fact, my whole previous video, I must have already been tapping into that message, because that's what came through in the video I made just before this about, like, we have to be the change. We have to be the change. And it's not even so much about like petitioning government so much anymore. Like, it won't be about that. It's right now about that. But it's also right now and in the future about helping people change their minds. You know, you got to deconstruct patriarchy in the mind. You have to take down misogyny in your mind. You have to not only help people evolve out of hateful ideas, you have to be the one who says, knock that shit off. We're not having it anymore. Like, they really took us to task in standing up, saying no, and saying, we want more of this, being the change. And of course, as I've been saying all along, a lot of that really is about our healing. Because if we're not healing out of victimhood, then they win. And they win every time. We have to have enough people demanding that it's time for new, that we get the new. Because without that, that's why the bad guys keep winning. Plain and simple. It's energetic, it's mental, it is manifestation. If the energy of the world is still in bad guys always win, bad guys always win. So this awakening is to shake us out of our complacency and get us to realize we have to contribute. We have to participate. It's up to all of us. Okay, so having said that, what Spirit said in this session about what's coming next is so exciting. I mean, we talk about things like we need universal health care, we need living wages, like, yes. And like, that's the tiniest. That is thinking so small. That is thinking so small compared to what we will now have the opportunity to create. It's unlimited. And it is very specifically because of how they have torn apart this government brick by brick. Yeah. And very specifically, they showed me freaking Musk and Doge. And because of what they did to go in and cancel this contract and funnel money there and pull funding, like, because of that, that becomes like the very first blueprint in get back in there. What did they do? We need to undo it. And now that we're rooting around in here, what else do we need to do? And that becomes the momentum going forward. They showed me a systematic recreation. I mean, it was to the point where I was like, are they really gonna like redo every law in the books? Like, it was that thorough, because they're showing reproductive rights and they got to redo housing laws and food distribution and wages. And they were showing me immigration, new laws about immigration and sanctuary. And I mean, everything, guys, like everything. And it will be possible because of the flaming dumpster fire. Yeah, because they've torn this country apart and because people are awake. And if we continue to push and demand and cry out for it, this is where the energy will take us. We will have no choice but to create the new in the best possible way. And yeah, once again, I was being shown this idea of councils and experts, as well as regular humans, individual people, all contributing, all having a voice. Like, our voices finally matter. And with all these new laws, you know, campaign finance reform and like it's everything. It's everything. I cannot stress enough how incredibly expansive this vision is that they showed me of what we're walking into. And yes, I was told very specifically that his death is the domino that sets all of this in motion. Now, I don't know if it's happened yet. I did ask, but when it comes to death and mediumship, like, you can't just go poking around in there, but I did ask. The overall message they were telling me is it's an inevitability. It's an inevitability, and so long as we keep our foot on the gas, both in like the actions we're taking out there in the world and in our energy, what we demand. Oh, there's Daisy. Bye. She's had it. She's been here 2 hours. As long as we keep after it, keep up the hope, hold the light, be the change, this is the new future we will finally have the potential to walk into. Oh, I'm so excited. All right, so I did sell out this event. So I'm sorry if you tried to get a ticket. There weren't any available, but the replay is up. It is at the link in the bio, just $7. Enjoy.